Good morning. I love Philip Glass. I want to hear the long version of that too. Good morning, and welcome to the First Unitarian Church of Pittsburgh. It is Sunday, February 16th of 2025. I am Reverend Dr. Kate Walker. I use the she, her pronouns, and I am honored to serve as the minister of this beloved community. For those with visual disability, I'm a middle-aged, light-skinned female. My hair is mid-length, light brown. I wear glasses. Today I have on a purple sweater and a stole featuring the galaxies and the planets and stars. My beloved, you are welcome here. If you are here in person in our precious sanctuary, you are welcomed. Whomever you love, however you arrived, you are welcome. And if you are on YouTube, you are welcome now, or if you're watching in the future, we are so glad that you're with us today. My beloved, we are Unitarian Universalists, a multi-religious, multi-faith community where all are welcome, diversity is celebrated, questions are expected, answers are sometimes offered. We're growing, we're learning, and we are loved, just as you are. You are welcome. If this is your very first time with us here in person, please be in touch with us. There is a welcome desk in the garden lobby out there. Please go right up and introduce yourself to Amy and share your information. We'd love to be in touch with you and explore our website. And if you are online, find the website. Take a look at who we are. Down at the bottom of the website, you'll see a MailChimp form where you can sign up for a newsletter. More about that in a moment. But we are just delighted to have you all here this morning. And we are very much an active community, which makes it very difficult when I have to, in case you didn't get yesterday's Breeze email, that MailChimp is having tech issues, which is impacting the newsletter and as well as the Monday pastoral care message. And it's probably going to take a few days for us to sort this out, so please be patient. In the meantime, there's a thing called the telephone. You can call each other and find out what's going on. You can text each other, hey, did you know about? We would love to have you cross-communicate. Next Saturday, right here in this sanctuary, February 22nd, from 4 p.m., I think? 4 p.m. is the concert. It's a recital supported by our own Unitarian Universalist Pittsburgh community singers, Madame Caldwell Dawson Branch of our, and it's produced by Dr. Herbert Jones and Chris Russ, and these are a bunch of incredible sopranos featuring their incredible talent as we celebrate African American and Black History Month. We also, on Saturday, March 1st, from 10 to 12 is a liturgist training. So if any of you have any interest in serving as a liturgist, that means helping support the creation of worship as well as presenting worship. And if you are interested, please, if Stephanie, rise as you are able, let people know where you are. Please see Stephanie Pulowski if you're interested in being trained as a liturgist. We would welcome you. I also want to note that effective 9 p.m. tonight, I will be on vacation. So, thank you. I am going out, I'm going to launch my vacation by turning 62 tomorrow, and I don't mind sharing my age. I think we should celebrate our ages. Absolutely. And I'm going to go out to California, and I'm going to spend skiing, so I'll be throwing my body down very high mountains. One of my favorite activities. But I will note, I am going to visit with a couple of my younger brothers, one of whom works for Intuit, who owns MailChimp. Yes, I will be having a conversation. You see where that went? I want to talk about something really, really important, and I'm going to switch to the handheld mic. Have you ever wondered what we could do with this sanctuary if we were given the money? Let me rephrase that. Have you ever wondered what we could do if you gave the money? So these are the things that have already been on the table, what we really, really have to do. One is all these wonderful lights that they need to be replaced with LED bulbs, and the sockets that they fit into, and the computer board that runs all our lights. You may not know, a couple years ago it was struck by lightning, so it is fried, and there's only on and off now. It's about $20,000 just to replace that board, and a lot more for all these bulbs. And if we replace these bulbs, it will be cooler in the summer, and the AC won't have to work so hard. And if we replace these bulbs with new LED lights, it'll look so much better on our YouTube, for those of you who are out there in YouTube land. The lighting, you will be able to see us with much greater clarity. It will be fitting into our values as well and saving energy. And have you ever wondered if we didn't quite look like a, shall we say, thrown together TV studio because of the pandemic? What if we put screens there and there on both sides, and screens there and there on the way back, and permanent cameras all the way around, so that we can bring in speakers live streamed from anywhere in the world, including people from the Khasi Hills. They'll get up for it, and we could integrate and have our announcements on there, and we could put in lyrics of our hymns, and I could do sermons where I illustrate what I'm talking about and look like an amazing Baptist preacher. And our tech wizards would be so happy. Tech wizards, can we give a shout out for our tech wizards? Woo! Yeah. What if we lived our values of being radical hospitality, and this pulpit, this place of power, was accessible on a wheelchair? If we built a ramp so anybody in their physical condition can access that place of power? What if our front yard was completely redesigned with a ramp and beautifully landscaped with indigenous plants? Beautiful, and everybody who drove by or walked by knew that they were welcome, who rolled by and knew that they are welcome at this church. What if in our backyard we re-landscaped it so it's all one level, and we could put up event tents and use our backyard year-round? And we could rent out that space to people who need a church for their events, and they need a place for their receptions. What if we made sure our children in the Mason wing and us as adults had heat? I know it seems basic. The furnace that's in the Mason wing is original. It's about 70 years old. That is working on a prayer and some bubble gum, I suspect, and Dan's tender care. So the furnace needs to be replaced, and we want to think about, can we put in air conditioning there as well? But all of these are values that are part of our values, right? Of radical hospitality, of care for our planet. All of them are really needed. Do you know when the last time this church did a capital campaign? It's been about 30 years. Yeah, and I know you guys are itching. You are just really feeling like, I need to give my church some of my value to make all this happen. So in April, we will be launching a capital campaign, and I want to really call out to Al and Rob Schwartz, here and here, who are co-chairs. Thank you for saying yes. And there's an incredible team. If you're on the core team of the capital campaign, could you raise your hand, please? There's a whole bunch of you. Thank you all. And we are going to be reaching out for stewards. We're going to be reaching out to each of you in small groups and large groups and one-on-one. But in the next few months, we're going to see what our capacity is to live our values as we bring our church up into a space that truly is welcoming to everyone. And I'm just so excited. I know some people want something big and bold and beautiful, like a beautifully landscaped yard. I think that's fantastic. I'm excited by light bulbs. I am. I want to see what we can do with the lighting in this space and the tech, and bring it into a time when we can fully integrate it with all you out there on YouTube. So, Please, please start to think about how much this community and this building means to you. How important it is to you in this day and age when community and connection is more important than ever before. So I invite you to arrive in this beautiful space in body and spirit. Take a deep breath as we enter into the next step in our worship and we light our chalice. This chalice representing our faith of Unitarian and Universalism with a flame. This is a flame of love. It's a flame of passion. It's a flame of inquiry, of lighting the future, of lighting the past and the present. This is a flame that helps us remember who we are at our core and what is most important. I invite you to rise as you're able in body and spirit as we sing 128, For All That Is Our Life.
I invite you to now join your voices with mine for our collective reading, which can be found in our order of service. This week we are doing our new UU values. Love is the power that holds us together and is at the center of our shared values. We covenant to practice interdependence. We honor the interdependent web of all existence. To practice pluralism, we celebrate that we are all sacred beings, diverse in culture, experience, and theology. To practice justice, we work to be diverse, multicultural, beloved communities where all thrive. To practice transformation, we adapt to the changing world. To practice generosity, we cultivate a spirit of gratitude and hope. To practice equity, we declare that every person is inherently worthy and has the right to flourish with dignity, love, and compassion. We are accountable to one another for doing the work of living our shared values through the spiritual discipline of love. I now invite up Erica Shadowsong.
Hello, there it is. I'm Erica Shadowsong, Lifespan Religious Education Director. I am kind of tall. I'm wearing a purple shirt, gray pants, and I have cropped hair and brown skin. And I would like to welcome the children and children at heart, because I have got a really cool, interesting story, and I have a picture to show you. Hey. Wow, there's a lot of us today. That's great. Hey. Jean, since you're facing this way, do you mind helping me? Okay, guys, I want to show you a picture and see if you know this person, okay? You ready? Okay. You know who that is? Nobody? He's famous, are you sure? Oh, she gave it away. Here's the other picture. Now you know who he is. Superman, yeah, look at him, yeah. That's the man who played Superman. Yeah, Superman. His name was Christopher Reeves. And Christopher Reeves was a really cool guy. Even though he wasn't actually a superhero, he couldn't actually fly in the air. He was, as you can see, handsome, and he was athletic, and he was nice, and he had goals, and he was a person that people really looked up to, even if he wasn't actually Superman. The fact that he was Superman made it even better. So he was a really big deal. But one day, something happened that he didn't expect. He was riding his horse, and the horse seemed to be not in a great mood. Something was wrong. And the horse had to jump over something, and when he jumped with the horse stopped suddenly, and he fell off the horse. And when he next woke up, he was in the hospital, and he couldn't move his hands or his feet, and he could barely breathe without a machine's help, which was really, really, really sad. They were able to help fix his neck, but he never was able to regain his power over his body. And how do you think that made him feel? Superman, yeah, kind of sad. Yeah, that must be really hard to be this person that everybody looks at as super strong. And you know what he thought? He thought, well, I'm no good right now. I can't do anything. Why didn't I just die? Why am I like this? Which is really pretty sad. And you know what his wife said, though? His wife, Dana? She said, well, you're still you. You're still you. And I love you. It didn't matter what he could and couldn't do. That he was him. And that kind of changed his life. So what he did was he realized, now his challenges, he used to like to look for a challenge, right? He used to like to challenge himself and pick really tough goals. And they were athletic and physical goals, and he liked to learn new things. Now his challenges were things like relearning how to breathe and how to eat and how to speak. Those challenges. And he struggled with that, but then he realized, I actually have a superpower. I have a superpower. What do you think that superpower was? Yes, Phineas.
To never give up.
You know what? You're not wrong. He had a superpower to never give up. But the superpower he was thinking of was that he was famous. He was famous. Everybody knew who he was. And he was wealthy because he was famous, which means that even though he had to suffer this accident and disability, he had money so that he could have ramps going up into his house and things to make it easier for him. And not everybody had that. And he realized that there was something he could do. He could talk about it because he was Superman and people would listen to him. And they did. And he talked to Congress and he founded a foundation with his wife to help fund research so that if anybody else ever ended up in a situation like him, that maybe they could be cured, maybe they could get better. And you know what? He eventually joined a Unitarian church, a church just like this one with a chalice. And you know why he joined a Unitarian church? Because it was a place where he could just do good. He said, when I do good, I feel good. When I do bad, I feel bad. That's my religion. So Christopher Reeves passed away in 2004, but he was always Superman. And we still remember him today and how he made the most of what he had in his life. Isn't that a cool story? That's a real person. Yeah, what's up, Phineas? You like it? All right, we're going to sing now, and we're going to go to our classes. Thank you guys for listening with me.
Child that's born, a morning star rises and sings to the universe who we are. For each child that's born, a morning star rises and sings to the universe who we are. We are our grandmother's prayers. We are our grandfather's dreamings. We
Every month we have a Share the Plate partner. The way this works is that half of the money that goes into the plate goes to our basic operating budget, and the other half goes to an organization who we think brings our values into the world. This month we are working with Bethel AME's Reparations Fund to help undo some portion of the harm that they experienced from systemic racism in this country as their original church was taken and destroyed by eminent domain. These are beloved community members of ours, and if you have anything to give, I would highly recommend giving something, whether it is millions of dollars or even a few pennies. Anything would be welcome. I now invite up our ushers.
The offertory today has a congregational participation section. There's a chorus that you can sing. The chorus is a bit long. It's good, good luck, the neighbors did say. Good luck, John, has come your way. Good luck has come your way. If that's hard to remember, it's a lot of words, you'll hear it many times. If that's hard to remember, the end of the chorus is the most important part. Maybe it's hard to say. So try that. Maybe it's hard to say. If you just sing that at the end of every chorus, this is going to be a great song. John had a horse and the horse ran away, bad luck, bad luck. John had a horse and the horse ran away, bad, bad luck. Bad, bad luck, the neighbors did say, bad luck, John has come your way. Bad luck has come your way, here we go. He said, maybe it's hard to say. He said, maybe it's hard to say. Well, the horse came back with a wild mare, good luck, good luck. The horse came back with a pretty white mare, good, good luck. Good, good luck, the neighbors did say, good luck, John has come your way. Good luck has come your way. He said, maybe it's hard to say. He said, maybe it's hard to say. Well, the mayor kicked John and broke his leg. Bad luck, bad luck. The pretty white mare broke John's leg. Bad, bad luck. Bad, bad luck, the neighbors did say. Bad luck, John, has come your way. Bad luck has come your way. Guess what? Maybe it's hard to say. He said, maybe it's hard to say. With a broken leg, John missed the draft. Good luck, good luck. Well, the army came and walked on past. Good, good luck. Good, good luck, the neighbors did say. Good luck, John, has come your way. Good luck has come your way. He said, maybe it's hard to say. He said, maybe it's hard to say. Broken leg, it would not heal. Bad luck, bad luck. And the pain was all that John could feel. Bad, bad luck. Bad, bad luck, the neighbors did say. Bad luck, John, has come your way. Bad luck has come your way. He said, maybe it's hard to say. He said, maybe it's hard to say. Well, the nurse she came to take care of. Good luck, good luck. And the two of them, they fell in love. Good, good luck. Good, good luck, the neighbors did say. Good luck, John, has come your way. Good luck has come your way. Guess what? He said, maybe it's hard to say. He said, maybe it's hard to say.
Remember that song when I get deep into my sermon. It was chosen specifically to go with the sermon. My beloved, I know you have joys in your lives and many sorrows as well. And I invite you to share them with one another. I invite you to share them with me. I know they're happening. I invite you to remember that within the sanctuary of your hearts, that none of us travel alone on this journey of life. I invite you into a time of personal prayer and meditation, and a time of prayer, and a few moments of silence. In this holy space, in this time of precious community, I invite you to breathe. Just breathe. In each and every moment, our breath connects to one another with life, the resilience, the bounty, the beauty, the gift of life. Breathe. With our breath, our lives connect to the universe and the galaxies and the stars. With our breath, we connect to the earth and its breathing and its sustenance, its depth, its solid presence. Breathe. In this time and space, we connect. Perhaps we can say that we connect with love, with justice, with the values that hold us together when the life seems overwhelming. Here we find ourselves rebuilding our resilience, our courage, our capacity for love and the pursuit of justice for all. Breathe. May it be so. Amen. I invite you to stay seated and bring your voices together for 1008 in the teal hymnal, When Our Heart is in a Holy Place.
Thank you. Our reading today is from Walt Whitman. Sometimes with one I love, I fill myself with rage for fear I effuse unreturned love. But now I think there is no unreturned love. The pay is certain one way or another. I loved a certain person ardently, and my love was not returned. Yet out of that, I have written these songs.
Apparently he didn't get my email. Just reassure you, while I'm on vacation, our amazing staff will be in control around here. Which is my segue into my sermon of who's in control around here. And I want to give some gratitude to Richard Dunn, who paid for this sermon. I mean, you all are, but Richard went above and beyond when he bought it at an auction last spring. And he sent me that Walt Whitman poem. And I thought, ooh, the places I can go. Yeah. So one of the places I went, believe it or not, was Apple TV Plus. There's a new TV show called Prime Target. And I'm not giving any spoilers away, but early in the first episode, the lead character asks, who's really in control? Humanity's most vexing conundrum, providing for some overwhelming existential angst about our decisions from the minutia to the massive. In the case of this show, Prime Target, and just so you know, that's a double play on the title. The show is about prime numbers, and the lead becomes a target. And that lead character is challenging the perception and the control of understanding the universe and how it fundamentally operates. It's a show about math, and not math. It's a good show. But it's pointing to a fundamental question that we have about God. Not the question of, is God good or bad? But it's a question of God as creator and controller. If one is a theist, is God the big, omniscient, all-powerful God who directs everything? Well, God has a plan. Yeah, there are problems with that, aren't there? Yeah. So maybe God is a deist. A deist is the clockmaker God. A deist is a God who creates the universe and then passively sits back and watches how things unfold. You might call that the God of chaos. And if you go with this more chaos-leaning theory, whether by God or science, then we're then forced to recognize, according to the chaos theory, we are all basically 2 to 3 decisions away at any given moment from chaos. I think it's best if our brain does not consciously remember this when we're choosing what to have for breakfast. It's understandable then that humans sometimes, frequently, go with atheist. No God, so much easier. No supernatural power, just random events involving the evolution of a universe with high density, extreme temperatures, some hydrogen, some helium that happen to go bang, and in a moment of sheer luck regarding the existence of humanity and all life. Sheer luck. Maybe. Alas, those random events resulted in bad luck for dinosaurs. Yeah, biggest losers. But we never fully realize the satisfaction of our answers halfway. Humanity keeps asking and keeps persisting with who is in control around here. And frankly, if some answer finally arrives with clarity, with finality, and we all universally agree on it, yeah, you kahuff, I know. If we can come up with that answer and it will reveal why good things happen to bad people and why bad things happen to good people, and more importantly, why bad things happen to me and you and our beloved. Why is God doing this to me? Is a very normal, human, understandable, and completely futile question. Why me easily flows out of our lips. Particularly we're feeling underappreciated, attacked, victimized, or just plain tired. Yet history shows again and again that any answer to this conundrum will be challenged. And if that person survives the criticism and the attacks, well, there's potential for some serious money to be had, is it not? And hence that's, well, the plot of the TV program Prime Target. Go watch it. But for our entertainment on this really big question of who's in charge, there are plenty of authors attempting to wrestle this question. And they produce books and movies and TV shows. Some are fun. A few are actually worthwhile. Most are terrible, in my opinion. Example, Star Trek, The Final Frontier movie. Golly. They tried to go with a renegade Vulcan searching for God at the center of the universe. That plot alone, everybody predicted it would be the worst movie Star Trek series ever produced, and it was. But on the more sweet and lovely production, we have John Denver in Oh God with George Burns. He's playing a big role who gets put on trial because of doubt. There it is. And then you have to throw in poor Truman Burbank, who's played by Jim Carrey in The Truman Show. And he discovers that his entire life is controlled by TV producers. There is some metaphorical truth to that for all of us. Just saying. Maybe don't go watch that TV show. More recently, perhaps you caught The Good Place with Ted Danson. Yeah, it's this complicated system about how involving points and how we get into heaven. It's pretty fun. You all have your favorites. Educated guess, though. There is a general theme that runs through all of the plot lines. So let me zip line to my response on the big question. I don't have an answer. I don't have an answer to who is in control around here. I don't have any big revelatory news to share. Sorry if that's why you came to church today. Given the state of our federal government at this moment, I can understand if you're yearning for an answer. Battle over control is big right now. Daily news items are all about people struggling with their lives. The pain and the fear are real. Lives are at stake. Yet I can tell you that who is in control around here is the wrong question. For millennium, we humans have been looking in the wrong place. It's not out there in the stars or the heavens, or in the scripture either, or in a movie plot or a book. The answer is so very, very close that we can barely grasp its truth. The better question is not who, it's what is in control. And I am not going to AI with that answer, though I did play with it. There is a traditional story that's been around for a long time, that when God created the universe and the planet and all creation, God decided to hide within all the creatures that were just created and was wondering where the best place to hide would be. Brought in some consultants, the angels. And he said, where do you think? I want humanity to really have to search for me. It can't be too easy. I think they need to grow in spirit and understanding because of this search for me. And one angel said, why don't you hide in the earth? In the earth itself. It'll take a long time to find you in the earth. God thought about that and said, no, I actually think they're going to figure out how to mine pretty quickly. And they're going to start using those resources. Nah, they won't be ready for me yet. They thought for a moment longer, and another angel said, what about the moon? You could hide on the moon. God thought, and said, no, I think they're going to invent rockets, and they're going to be landing on the moon, and they're going to find me way too soon. Oh, they all thought for some more, and there was a long silence. And finally, one angel said, I know. They won't look here. You need to hide in their hearts. Oh, God said, yeah, that's it. It'll take them forever to find me there. Yeah, it'll take their entire lives. And then with time, each one of my creatures will discover that they have grown in spirit and understanding of themselves. Whether you're a theist or an atheist, our hearts, our emotions are what drive humanity forward and get us out of bed, into our clothing, and out the door, and into the phone, and onto the internet, because we're trying to connect with one another. Kurt Vonnegut wrote, "The purpose of life, no matter who is controlling it, is to love whoever is around to be loved." That was in the Sirens Titan. The purpose of life, no matter who's controlling it, is to love whoever is around to be loved. All of our scriptures and our pop culture movies and TV shows and books, the constant themes are emotions. They cover the human experience of daily living as a community, struggling, dying, grieving, celebrating joyfully, crying without and with love. Many religions have tried to cover this gamut. I'm going to focus on ours as Unitarian Universalists. Our search for God within the heart as Unitarian Universalists has been an evolving quest, you might say. We have long emphasized reason as the primary method to interpret and understand the world and what is sacred in our understanding of it. This emphasis on reason came about in part because of the wild parties that were being held in the Christian tent revivals in the 18th and 19th centuries, where people were invited and cajoled and pushed and power-run into publicly proclaiming their faith. The Unitarians said, oh yeah, we need a more reasoned approach to proclamation of our faith. The Unitarians, like the German theologians who use reason and logic and understanding of the scriptures and humanity's quest to find God. Unitarians, again, also emerging out of the 18th and 19th century emphasis on revivalism, instead emphasized education of the head, largely leaving the heart in the back seat of the journey of life. Universalists and their separate historical trend, they also emerged out of those raucous tent revivals and claiming the Spirit. They wanted to claim the Spirit by saving humanity all at once by a revolutionary God of love. There it is, an all-loving God in humanity worthy of salvation. It's a powerful message. Thousands and thousands of people love that message. And today, Unitarians and Universalists, love is at the center of our faith again. It is partially decoupled from God. It is a God who is more an abstract theology now, but is very much in the business of love. Our stated value that we said a few moments ago, we are accountable to one another for doing the work of living as shared values through the spiritual discipline of love. What does that look like? Because I'm putting forth that the heart, our demanding, pumping, emotional system contained in our amygdala, not actually right here, it's in our head, constantly pushing, pulling, twisting, manipulating, targeting, reacting, and directing behavior far faster than we are usually conscious of what is happening. It is our raw emotions. Now, reason plays an important role here as the co-driver. Do not give up, my beloved intellectuals. Do not give up your intellectual bent. The heart doth need its master to help mold and support the heart's demand. Walt Whitman pointed to unrequited love and the longings and complexities of human connection. And with Valentine's Day safely in the rearview mirror for this past year, I now can remind you once again of the volumes of material of unrequited romantic love. But I'm pointing at something much harder than romantic love. The larger context of how to be in healthy relationship with the experience of love as a point of mutuality, a connection held in time and space that is often not of our choosing. And this is where it gets tricky. As part of my training many, many years ago, I worked as a hospital chaplain at a trauma hospital in Denver. And my mentor instructed me that when I would enter a hospital room to meet the family or the patient, that I needed to remember that it's not about me. It's really not about me. I needed to put my ego and my wants and my needs aside to be fully present for those in the room because their lives had just gone sideways. I could meet shock in that room and despair and confusion and fear and anger. Very possibly they were wrestling with that question of why me and who's in control around here. My role was to help them with their questions, to help them find some peace, to be there fully with them, to make a connection in that time and in that place where they were surrounded by unfamiliar medical smells and noises and textures, visual signs, and people coming and going who all seemed to be in control, but nobody was providing answers. My role was to help bring answers if possible, but mostly bring peace into the heart and mind, to help connect with them and their family amongst a crisis that they were now bound within. And yet, as I tried, sometimes I was not able to do it. I was not. And another mentor reminded me that sometimes I did matter. Sometimes my role as the religious representative meant that I would carry their expectations and their needs and their wants and their relief and their anger and their confusion because I was representing God. Whew. There's a burden. Sometimes it was about me, or not so much. There are times when I missed a cue. I was at the wrong time, the wrong place. I didn't track what they were really saying. I couldn't put aside my wants and needs. But it became an important life skill about balancing our needs with the needs of others in self-awareness. To grow in spirit and understanding, to grow our capacity to strengthen our relationship with love and reason is to grow in self-awareness. My hope is that human beings in our quest to connect with one another, it's not just raw emotional meetup sessions. We don't need to burn each other out with confusing mix of emotional demands. Maturity is important for our children as well as all the way to our death. I don't care if you live to be 100, we're still maturing. It comes with growth and attention and the great journey of our heart. The more we know ourselves, the more we engage in self-awareness of our heart's desires. And we can connect in compassion and healthy, authentic. We can experience connections of closeness and distance, of give and take, of the cycles of needs and wants and the ups and downs of contentment and the itchiness of when we are discontent. The more we know ourselves, the more we understand what is driving our hearts toward fulfillment, and we are less reacting to the painful lashes of romantic, unrequited love. The more we know ourselves, the more we have a strong ego guiding us and a healthy identity. We create healthy boundaries as we connect with one another. The more we know ourselves, the more we can accept the stunning truth of that universalist message. You are loved. Not romantic love, but something much deeper, more precious and life-giving. You are loved as a person deserving of respect, of dignity, and full worth. I can hear your voices going, who loves me? But who loves you? I do. I do. I love you. Each and every one of you. My challenge for you is to believe me. And my challenge to you is to engage in a spiritual practice of saying, I love you. Of just saying, I love you. I want to note a word of caution for anyone who may be in an abusive or relationship that is neglectful. Learning to love, even as an agape love, may need support if abuse is present. And I please implore you to seek professional help if you are in danger. But if you're in a healthy life situation, I invite you to look in a mirror today, to look in a mirror and say to yourself, I love you. Can you imagine doing that? And I'm not talking narcissism here. I'm talking a truth that is so profound. My hope is that you will say it to yourself and that there will be comfort. And if discomfort arises, just note. I'm hoping there'll be relief, joy, even gratitude, and that you believe it. And if you need to, say it again. Say it frequently and in a variety of ways to your family. Learn to say it in different languages. Learn to say it with just your body. Then begin the hard work of expanding that love to others, beyond the easy marks in your life. If you have to, start with the plants and the pets, but they're very easy. Go with the neighbors. Go with the cashier at the grocery store, and keep going. You will find barriers, my friends. You will find barriers and again, and you will, just as I have, failed again and again. If this was easy, everyone would be doing it. If this was easy, the world would be transformed. To love expansively, broadly, wildly, and widely is the hardest human quest, the final frontier. It is the ultimate act of faith to love one another, even in our most horrific moments. Even in our most horrific moments, we are challenged to love one another. It's okay to struggle, it's okay to doubt, it's okay to be tired and want to give up and to hide. When you do so, come back out and come here. We will love you. Come back here and we will sing together and we will pray together. And we will find our sustenance and our resilience, and we will find that we can go back out into the world to love fiercely and without conditions. We humans will continue to look at the stars, and we will continue to look at the heavens and wonder about the big questions of control. It's a sense of commitment to transcendentalism, if you will, but that transcendent question, it's in our DNA. We can't help it. And we should keep asking. And maybe someday that who will answer back. I'm pretty sure he won't look like George Burns. More likely, I think, as a religious humanist, that it will be a what, not a who. Maybe it's dark matter is in control. Maybe it is prime numbers. Or maybe it's something we haven't imagined yet. I know one thing, right here, right now, in this moment, I love you. And on most days, that's enough. And I also keep asking, where can we go with our love? What can we do with our love? What can we create together with our love? That is exciting. May it be so. Blessed be, and amen. I ask you to rise as you're able in body and spirit for a closing hymn. Be That Guide, 124.
And I invite you, if this hymn is new to you, I invite you, if you wish, to listen to the first verse. If you feel comfortable, please join us Be That Guide 124.
I invite you to bring your voices together as we extinguish our chalice. The words are found in our hearts as well as our order of service. We extinguish this flame, not the light of truth, the warmth of unity, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. Go forth into this world, my beloved. Go forth into this world being sure and confident that you are loved and that you have the capacity to share that love wildly. We may or may not be in control around here, but the heart will tell us where the truth is of our deepest desires. Go forth in love, return again with yet more love.